Hi. Landscaping pivot. Landscaping businesses need reform to protect the ecosystems they work directly in contact with. Landscapers are oddly devastating to gardens because humans' lack of biodiversity awareness. Riding lawnmowers make it too easy to mow over baby trees and growing flowers. Riding lawnmowers on the side of the highway makes one piece of unseen plastic into shreds of plastic that are then small enough for the wind and rain to deposit into the ground and water systems. Humans are not ignorant to the damage our landscaping tools are creating. Landscaping must be more than just a dirty job or an outsourced job. Landscapers can be trained to be gardeners, and all biodiversity can coexist. We can educate those who are working closely with our ecosystems. Landscapers often do unnoticed by humans damage to the ecosystems in trees, bushes, and grasses in the name of the human's opinion on how nature should look. Generations of beneficial bugs can be exterminated on accident because of a common landscaping practice. Landscapers can be a source in helping maintain our bug population and natural habits if American habits can be changed. We can reduce emissions by reducing the need for lawnmowers and other tools for landscaping. There can still be profit if the landscaping ideals shift away from cut green grass every 2 weeks, even with no growth. Landscapers can be a vital tool in maintaining current flora to increase biodiversity around homes. Landscaping is not the same as gardening. Landscaping is shaping the earth to the human's needs and vanity. Gardening is letting ecosystems grow and shaping ourselves to the environment. The standard of beauty for lawns needs to change. Instead of paying for landscapers to mow barely grass grown every 2 weeks, customers can pay gardeners to reduce unwanted growths, maintain biodiversity, and remove trash pollution from properties. Chemicals and emissions are the only way to maintain lawns beautiful in the current standard. That is not sustainable. Pouring poison into the ground is never going to end well. Humans could be spending our efforts putting fertilizer down and doing things that allow nature to flourish. Humans need to stop tearing down the earth like orcs. In Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings Two Towers, Treebeard speaks, "They come with fire, they come with axes. Gnawing, biting, breaking, hacking, burning. Destroyers and usurpers. Curse them." Humans need to change their habits if we are going to survive. Pouring poison into the ground to attempt to control nature and weeds should be illegal for all residents in all states. Right now, it's only illegal in a few states, and there is no way to completely control weeds because seeds are dispersed in the wind. Seeds are biologically designed to spread, and humans cannot control that. Weeds will always win against a human's vain efforts to keep them out of the grass. Pouring chemical in the ground should only be done by licensed professionals in dire circumstances. My neighbors should not be able to pour poison in their yard because it is going to enter the waterways. Reducing chemical use in yards will reduce chemicals in our water. Reducing chemicals in the water will reduce the amount of chemicals humans are ingesting. The nation's beauty needs to be reformed to promote sustainable practices for residential locations and businesses throughout the United States. Landscaping businesses are going to rebuke my ideas from fear of losing customers. And businesses will be bothered because landscape reform will include expectations of how nature and ecosystems will be taken care of by local businesses. Customers will always pay to have their grass cut. Jobs are not being taken away, job expectations are being changed. People are always willing to pay what they do not want to do themselves. Instead of mowing when the grass has grown 2 inches, human energy can be focused on helping plants grow to maturity. If the plant isn't going to be allowed to grow to maturity, plant a different plant. Humans waste energy, money, emissions, and damage ecosystems with the current landscaping business practices. Instead of spending time mowing and leaf blowing, landscaping tasks could include picking up trash, removing unwanted growth, like invasive plants. Tasks include trimming trees and bushes instead of removing them. Grass should not be the number one choice when deciding what to plant in large areas. Landscapers will be trained to collect seeds from desired plants at the correct time and what to do with those seeds. When a landscaping company is paying to clean a flower bed in the spring, there need to be regulations. No flower bed should be opened or the leaves removed until it is warm enough. Each year, there will be a consensus for gardeners to know when they can remove the winter layers so they will not destroy sleeping ecosystems. Generations of beneficial bugs can be killed if their home is disturbed while the nights get too cold or if one frost comes. If there is a plant overgrowth that landscapers are removing, the growth should be saved and replanted. Plants are designed to spread and grow bigger. If humans don't want the extra growth can be replanted in a new beneficial location. No growth or natural resource should be wasted. Local nurseries can sell the growth for a fraction of the price, or the town can use the overgrowth to replace grass areas. Businesses that have large amounts of grass to be mowed should be taxed depending on the square footage, a grass tax. If a business has a large parking lot, there can be a tax depending on the square foot, parking lot tax. If a business has a large amount of nature around the building, there will be an on-site gardener required. If a business converts parking lots into natural areas, there will be a tax benefit. The more nature that is in a parking lot or surrounding the parking lot, the biodiversity will benefit. Every state will have a list of invasive plants that are not allowed to be sold at plant nurseries or other stores. Every state department within the Sustainable Office will be to remove invasive species from being sold. Landscapers need to stop depending on power tools and machines to cut down nature and its growth. The earth needs to be viewed as alive and not just something that needs to be cut down or destroyed. Lawn tools, especially lawn mowers, create emissions that add to the abuse of our planet. There are plenty of spaces around our roadways and sidewalks that are so small a riding lawnmower won't even fit, so weed whacking emission and noise-making machines are used. Instead of having grass in hard-to-reach or unmowable areas, use flowering ground cover or other natural elements that decrease human involvement but increase biodiversity. Plastic netting in the ground should be illegal. If humans can create stitches that dissolve in our mouths, humans can create a material to keep seeds down that can dissolve. Humans need to stop leaving plastic in the earth on purpose. The purpose for plastic netting is short-lived, and businesses should not be allowed to purposely leave plastic in the ground for vanity reasons. When businesses like Nicor subcontract out work, the workers should be required to communicate to all residents that are connected to the work. Businesses might need to access pipes under the ground, but it is the resident that pays the taxes on that land. It is the resident that takes care of the land and maintains the property 99% of the time. It is the resident that knows if there is bad drainage in a spot that they are working. Residents should be given options for grass seed or other seeds to be planted on the property. If there are plants where digging needs to occur, the resident must be given enough notice to remove the plants correctly. When a company is fixing damage they have done on property, the residents that have paint marks and flags in their yard should be included in the communications. The paint and flags company use for water lines and gas lines are left for lawnmowers. The tags get destroyed in the wind, creating more microplastics. The blue, white, or yellow paint on my plants, leaves, and grass is toxic and does not obey property lines. Plastic pollution does not obey human property lines. Plastic pollution has become everyone's problem, and by requiring companies to recollect any physical materials left in ecosystems would be a great start at reducing plastic pollution in local ecosystems because of businesses. If companies put the materials out, they can pick them up too. Companies working so close with fragile ecosystems are devastatingly damaging. Towns should not be able to subcontract landscaping businesses to other towns. The town should be supporting local businesses with people that live in the ecosystems that they are caring for. If businesses work with the town they pay taxes, issues like drainage and tree health will be easier to track. Watering grass should be frowned on by society. If grass can't naturally grow and survive, it should not be planted. The idea of thick, lush green lawns is dangerous to the earth. People know that if one neighbor has a lush green yard and all others are dead, that neighbor has wasted a lot of water for an outdated beauty standard. If there has been no rain for 5+ days, mowing grass should be illegal. You do not injure growth when there is no water to help heal the wounds. Grass is alive, and if grass is dry, cutting it will kill it. Water shouldn't be wasted trying to keep grass alive, but only so it can barely grow and be mowed down. People want grass to grow, yet most landscaping habits inhibit grass growth. It was a French king that set the beauty standard, having short, uniformed, and complete control over nature. A team of gardeners worked tirelessly to make the illusion true for the king. Americans can still be the king of their own household and property without wasting natural resources and killing the earth. Green grass are a waste of water. Mowing grass where no one walks is a waste of energy, time, and emissions. Cities should stop installing grass for large areas of land. The upkeep of grass is too much and the benefits are too low. Clover and other seeds can replace standard grass. And mulch is a massive part of landscapers and gardeners' work to reduce the need to water or to add nutrients to the ground. Mulch from the store is for rich people and communities. Most landscaping businesses end up damaging trees and growth because of improper applications of mulch. True gardeners can make their own mulch for free. Every town can create their own mulch with leaves and nature's materials already collected by the city. Mulch done correctly can be free nutrients to give back to the earth. Composting and mulching correctly corresponds with renewing our local habitats. This mulch should be made accessible for residents for free because mulch is a natural resource. Mulch should not just be for rich people. Even those who live in poverty want their homes to look nice and heal the earth. Mulch is not going to be a priority when rent is due. People that want to take care of the earth can do for free if resources are used correctly. Taking care of nature in front of a house can get pricey quickly, and it's not a priority for most people. People can save money and use natural resources from their local community if given the opportunity using the Sustainable Office. Instead of pouring poison into the ground, cities need to set up an infrastructure for residents to help make the soil healthy again. If people take pride of where they live, a society can function. Property values will go up because people are spending time outside. People spending more time outside means people knowing their neighbors and safer streets. If communities work together to keep ecosystems alive, communities feel empowered and the earth benefits as well as humans. I hope that these ideas can lead to a positive change because the earth needs help now. I know there's a lot of I don't know, and I know there's a lot I need to learn, and I know I've made millions of mistakes, but thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.